Welcome back to the Off the Tools podcast with your hosts, Jimmy Hong and Joshua Grudenborg. Today, we're going to be diving into a little bit more centered around the actual marketing of things in your business, as well as just when it's time to start delegating the marketing within your business and or other roles. So let's break it down, I guess, really simple here, Jimmy. What is that formula you're thinking of in your head when you're like, okay, it's time to buy back my time within my business? I'm getting a greater return on my time somewhere else. What do you think that kind of formula looks like? Or is it just as simple as that?
Yeah, I think it kind of ties back to our what we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much your hourly really reflects on the tasks that you're doing. So, for example, it's like if you have to spend some time doing your own marketing or chasing cold calls or something like that, where you would actually make more per hour if you were just meeting clients, doing like the estimates with them, booking those jobs, then yeah, I'd say it's time to really make sure you delegate the marketing and find somebody that is able to help you with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely depends what your superpower in your business is. We talk about this a little bit too, in the regard that it's like maybe you already are the best marketer on the planet. That's entirely possible. Maybe that's working really well
Mhm.
for you right now, but maybe you're good at sales, but you're not great. It's okay. Maybe you bring in your sales rep first. Or, maybe production is like, okay, like you're good at it again, but maybe you don't even love it. It's like, okay, you can start to delegate that too. So it really like comes back to like two factors: how much you love it and what the effectiveness of you doing it is. Because at the end of the day, you're taking yourself out of that part of the business. So if your marketing's trash and you're only relying on word of mouth, well, it's like, okay, that might be a great first hire for you then. But it's like if your marketing's already amazing, but like, you don't really like managing production, it's like, okay, well, time to look internally for a production manager.
100%. I think even if you were really great at marketing for your own business, again, I would still look at it as like, hey, is it worth your time? Or can
Mm-hmm.
someone do it just as good or better because they do it 24/7 and you do it maybe, I don't know, 10, 20 hours a week or whatever it looks like. So even if you're the best marketer for your remodeling business, for your painting business, contracting, whatever, it's like, is it worth your time? Or is it more an ego thing where you think that only you can do it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it certainly at the top level of like all these things, it certainly isn't a question of like, is like doing the marketing, doing the sales, doing the production worth your time? Because at the grand scale of things, it's like you're managing the factory.
Yeah.
You're managing all of these things, right? Because none of this fadoodle bop is worth your time, right? So you really want to be in the position where you're gonna have to pay people to do this. And it's like there's obviously different ways to incentivize different people within your business to do different things, but also know like if you're looking to hire a sales rep for 5% on every project, maybe less, it's like, well, you might need a little bit more margins in your business before it's time. So like there's different levels thing and different levers that you can pull based on what situation you're in your business, which is why it's like there is no like one size fits all solution
Mhm.
to your situation. And if you're in a complex situation, which every business owner is, you might need some sort of external outside help to just see that bird's eye view of where you're at.
Such a good point. And again, if you think you're the best marketer, you're bringing in your own leads, you're doing it yourself, but you have a sales guy or a sales team and they're really like tanking or they're not doing well. Well, would your time be better helping them train them to become better salespeople for your business? Or do you know how to like actually train them? Do you need to? There's a lot of great coaching for contractors out there, or even like just successful contracting businesses that maybe you pay them a bit and learn how they do it, and being able to spend more time on that part versus something that you could just delegate off there. Right? What lever are you trying to pull? So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think are the signs it's kind of like time to start delegating? especially as a contractor.
More money than time. That's what it really comes down to, right? So if you don't have the time, then you gotta spend the money. If you don't have the money, then you gotta spend the time. And it's that equation over and over and over again. That being said, it's like that philosophy of the business owner that's wearing all the hats, if you will,
Mhm,
right? If you find yourself just having to do everything awfully because your capacity at these roles is at all-time highs and or limits and or beyond limits, well, then you definitely have to think about finding somebody to fulfill one of these roles, because the weird part is like the answer and the solution in the game changes at the different stages of the game.
mhm,
So at the beginning of your business, when you're doing 5K a month in revenue, it's like, okay, you can wear the sales, marketing, and production hat. You could probably even paint or fulfill all the projects yourself, really,
mhm,
if you wanted to. But it's like, that's not going to be true at 25K a month, and it's not going to be true at 50K a month. So it just depends what stage of the business you're in, and then being able to like analytically look at what stage of business you're in and poise your next move from there.
mhm. Nice. That's so funny because I talk to so many contractors every day, and
Hmm.
there's some of them that just get trapped, just playing their own production manager or their own remodeler, and they just forget to see it through the lens of a CEO. And especially when it comes to marketing, where they're like, oh, I need work so bad because I have 5 crews going, but I could have 10. I have all the guys, I have the capabilities to do so, but I just don't have enough work. I'm relying on only referrals, and we've gotten here so far. And like, okay, absolutely need it. Then next week, they luckily booked an extra job and they're like, oh, I can bring on another couple guys. Oh, I'm good now. But then it's like, is it really solved? I don't think so. You got lucky with
Hmm.
one big job that came through, right? The one big job that isn't going to be the thing that's scaling your business up to like the 10 crews that you are capable of taking on. And I think it's one of those traps that people fall for, right? And if you reverse it to all the way to the smaller business, it's like, oh, they're so desperate for work, but then all of a sudden, hey, there's a bunch of different ways you can do this. Oh, I don't need help marketing anymore. I actually just booked a couple jobs this week, so we're good. And it's all from like referrals and stuff. Blows my mind because now they're
I
stuck
know.
again, and we talk again 2 weeks later when they finish everything, and it's like they're just back to square one, and they don't see a problem with that roller coaster of marketing in their business. Blows my mind.
Yeah, it's just lack of foresight. It is so funny. Like, Jimmy, I saw you were doing some outreach today, and I saw like some guys like, oh, like I'm good till January now. And it's like, I can put money on that guy's been starving for work for the last 2 months and now just found a job or two, hit the
Yep.
lottery, and he is booked till January. And that guy is also probably not going to work till March after January because he fails to see that bird's eye view of like what's actually happening in the business. And if your lead flow or job flow, if you look at it on like a line graph, if it looks really like jagged, then there's something wrong, because it it's okay for lead flow to fluctuate up and down. As a matter of fact, it's completely natural, but they should be smooth curves, because when you have your multiple fishing poles and you're actually doing the home shows, you're doing your meta marketing, you're knocking on doors, where one slows down, the other one's going to pick up, and the law of averages is just going to do its thing all the time.
100%. It's so funny you brought that up because, like, whenever I run into contractors like that, we always dig, right? Because unless you're able to book out at least 4 to 6 months, a year in advance at all times, where you can toggle your marketing up and down whenever you want, you can add that next crew without even thinking about it and continuously doing that because your marketing's up. Then you go to hiring, then you go back to marketing. If you can't do that, then it's funny because, like, usually if they can't do that, they try to convince me all the time that, no, we're good. Like, we figured it out. We had this conversation a month ago. and like
Mhm.
you're back to square one again. It's like, yeah, like who are we really fooling here? Right? Don't try to like trick yourself into thinking you figured it out when you just landed one or two big jobs to get you through the winter. Let's get you consistently booked out every winter, right? Every slow season. But yeah, it's just always going to come up. And that's why we always ask to make sure, because if you can't do that, then you haven't figured out the marketing.
100%. In terms of, because we get ads for different contracting businesses all the time, and we love seeing different ads for different contracting businesses all the time because it inspires us, right?
Mhm.
What are some ads that you can think of at the top of your head? Maybe just like concepts that you've loved as of recent.
In terms of other contractors, remodelers, and what they
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
yeah, I think I know we're in the age of AI, but I still think just having that personal touch, you as the owner,
Mm-hmm.
or you have an actor or someone like that comes in and does it, showing your work, right, and showing who you are as a person, as a business owner. I think those are always going to be the best, right? Having a good hook, having a good, call to action at the end. All these like I guess, more technical stuff, but just, yeah, like the best ones I've seen have always had the owner in the video talking about any problems or any pain points of homeowners for their service, how long it's been, and then also showing their work just casually in the background, or like it cuts over to their crews working and remodeling a bathroom, stuff like that. And just showing them like what's possible and giving them like a call to action at the end of just, hey, we could do it for you too.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my favorites.
I think like that space that we really try and like get people in is like that small big business.
Hmm.
It's like we're not like necessarily like a one man show, but like we got our fadoodle bop together enough to actually put together some nice piece of media and put it out there. I was looking at just this painters group on Facebook the other day, and this guy was like just typing in all caps because he was so happy because he beat out CertaPro painters in SEO, and he's like, "Take that, CertaPro! It's a national company. I beat you out," and stuff like that. And it is true in the regard that it's like I was looking at this guy's page and it's like it's professionally done. It's definitely his own thing. It's not a franchise that you see every which
Hmm.
McDonald's way. And I guarantee that guy's going to get more business than Certa Pro, A, because obviously he's ranking better, but B, because he, established a brand that's unique to him and just showed through his online presence that he cares.
So true. What a great point there, especially because like that small feel to a big business will always
Mm-hmm.
win. And there's a reason why everyone roots for the underdog. And when I think
Mm-hmm.
of like a family owned business, I feel great. I want to support them. Just because you do like 1 to 3 million doesn't mean it's still not a family. It's still a family business, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
every time I hear like big corporation, like it just kind of turns me away. It's like, I'm just gonna be
Mm-hmm.
another number to you. Like, um, it just doesn't make any sense. Like I was talking to a contractor recently, and they're like, "Yeah, my clients, one of them, I end up I golf with every week." It's like that's awesome,
Wow.
right? You have such a great relationship with the people in your area, and people forget that, right? When they're running a bigger business, it's like, well, all these clients, they trusted you, they like you. Don't be afraid to like, bring it all together and really build those relationships. Not just for the work or anything, but it's like, I think it's your duty as the person in that area to just keep up with everybody. And obviously the work will return, but yeah, keep the relationships high.
It's a side effect. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, and I think like you have to like reverse engineer like, okay, like why do people like supporting small businesses? And I think like the most obvious answer is like people feel more taken care of, you know, because it's like there's not a bajillion people that you need to go through in order to, get to somebody that's gonna help you,
Yeah.
give you a refund. I don't care what it is. And I kind of just pieced this together when I was thinking about it. It's like Amazon claims to be the most customer centric, company on planet Earth. I think that's like their slogan or
Mhm.
something. And I guarantee in one of their executive meetings, the whole philosophy is definitely how do we make this ginormous megalomaniac company a small business feel to a big
Mhm.
business, just taken care of. You have, and I guarantee at like supplier levels and stuff like that, I bet they're the exact same way as they are at like the customer levels too. I can almost guarantee it because in business to business operations
Oh,
as well, right?
100%. You're absolutely right. I would bet money that they have like that meeting and they're like, yeah, how can we make this
Yeah.
more small feel, very
Uh-huh.
personable? I don't know if anybody here's try to return something on Amazon. It is so easy. You don't even need a
Hmm.
box anymore. You just need like literally just to give it back to them and they'll take care of it all for you. Like that small town feel. They're like, yeah, here, that product wasn't good. Great. Here, you don't have to put it back in the Amazon box. They'll do it for you. Wow. Awesome. Great. And we keep coming back. So I think you're 100% right. I guess like in terms of think of what do you think the cost of waiting is in terms of getting trapped in that roller coaster of hey, maybe you do book a few jobs and you feel good about it, right? Like what do you think the cost of waiting and relying on that is and how it can affect your business?
Longer you wait, the more you squander the ultimate potential of your business. You can wait forever, and you can even wait so long that it even just never happens. You can do all that if you really want. And the cost is everything that could have ever been. So if you're not where you are, for sure, you got to take more risks because this whole game in life,
Mhm.
business, whatever, is just a risk reward machine, money out. So you got to just shoot for the stars a little more. And I know it's like really difficult for like a lot of people, especially like when you're under that 10K profit or even screw the profit, handing over your baby
Mhm.
to somebody else to represent. You know, 'cause that's what marketing is. It's like saying, okay, here's my metaphorical baby. Go print t-shirts of my baby's face all over and then distribute the baby's face everywhere. But you're allowing not necessarily a stranger, but not necessarily your best friend either to go and do. So I get that it could be like challenging for sure, but everything is on the line here. And it's the future of your company. It's definitely the future of your family. It's easily the future of you. You just gotta go write a good story, I think.
Nice. I feel motivated for sure. And I think the big thing too is like, hey, if you're 100% happy with where you're currently at and you don't want to scale and you've done it before and you did it well enough, you sold it, you didn't like it, and it's fine, and you're okay with it, sure. Right? It's not for everybody. But if you're not willing to take the risk and you think everyone's out to get you or what's the economy, all this stuff, and you're not willing to try to scale and grow and adapt to what's working now, then you can't complain of not having what other people have that are willing to take that risk with like their business as well.
Hmm. Yeah, like conversation that I have with people all the time is, hey, why are we having this conversation today? Oh, well, I see a bunch of people in my area doing online marketing. Great. Why do you think they're doing online marketing? Oh, like, well, I guess it must be working. Great. Okay. Why haven't you tried it yet? Well, I don't really know how, like, it's kind of my first go at things. Okay. Do you think if it was successful, it would return more to you than you'd put in? Yeah, I think so. And it's like, okay, well, you just like black and white put out there that this type of risk, if you will, is likely to be worth it and would be worth it if it succeeded and it's succeeding for other people currently.
Mhm.
Right. So it's like, you don't got to necessarily become Oculus. Oculus was the first name in VR.
Mm.
Lucky Palmer, I think the guy's name is real crackhead. He built Oculus in his garage.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and then sold it to Meta for like $2 billion. But you don't have to pave the way. That's the beautiful part about
Mhm.
these tried and true services on top of that. People are currently and have already done what you want to do. This is not innovation here, guys. We are not innovating the industry, even in the slightest. There are innovations currently happening in the industry with like uh, AI receptionist. That's a fantastic one. I definitely want to implement that into our service, catalog sometime soon. Or even like, the AI messaging. Obviously, AI just in general is that big one that's coming. But it's like you don't need to do things you've never heard of. You don't need to think out of this world and come up with things. You just need to look at what everybody else is already doing and then find a way to make it work. We're not building a nuke here, guys. You don't need nuclear power plants. You don't need any of the stuff that isn't already readily available. You just need to find the blueprint that's already extremely obvious to everybody else out there, and then just find a way to implement that, whether that's through an agency, whether that's through yourself, whatever you want to do, whatever, if you want to spend time, if you want to spend money, spend something. And maybe you might get to where you want to be.
Yeah, great put, dude. Like, it's like you're running a business, right? That's already risky, right? You've already put yourself
Mm-hmm.
through this to get to this point. And it's like when we say like, hey, figure out how to like make it work or take a risk, it's not like go do something completely just, stupid, right? You have a
Mm-hmm.
gut feeling, you know what things are. It's like you can kind of get a really good educated guess, right? Everything works. There's just pros and cons to everything, right? It's like if I go on my balcony and I'm just screaming like our painting business, right? Or our remodeling business. It's like, is it the best use of my time? No. Could it work? Probably not, but it's not 0%, right? Someone might hear it, hilarious. But it's like, you got to adapt, right? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
for example, like social media or online, it's like you see all these other companies doing it, and there's tons of them, and it generates so much for North America. You're telling me your out of the millions of companies out there, it's not going to work for you. That's insane, right? Like,
Why
if it
are you
didn't work,
special?
yeah, it's like nobody else is special. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not special. You're not special. Nobody's special. And it's like, okay, well, if everyone else is doing that, then, oh, I should probably do it as well and just adapt to it. If I don't adapt, then that sucks. Like you're just going to fall back behind, and someone that is taking care of all the different ways of marketing in their business to be a top 1% contractor, and you're not, just look at what they're doing and honestly find a way to implement it in your business or look for help so that you can also do it yourself.
What was it? Corey McKinnon? He was the rip off and duplicate guy.
Yeah.
He would always just talk to everybody about just rip off and duplicate, rip off and duplicate. And that's really like for all these like business models and businesses that are just like these trades that have been around for hundreds, if not some of them thousands of years. It's like, guys, we have some ground here. We are not baseless in our business models, and you just need to look to the giants to just take this, take that, take this. Ooh, I like this. Oh, I don't like that. And that's like kind of the beauty of it. It's like you're GMOing your business. You get to just like genetically modified. Oh, I like this gene in this strawberry, so I'm going to put in that one. Oh, I don't like this one because it makes it a little sour at the end, so I'm not going to put in this one. But you can just look at all the strawberries
Yeah.
and just be like, okay, I like that CertaPro has wrapped trucks. Guess what I'm doing? I'm wrapping my truck. Do I recommend wrapping your truck at some point? Sure. Starting marketing mechanism? Probably not. But again, you get to build a barrier business.
Yeah, you're not hacking through a jungle, right? Like it's
No,
where everybody wants to just be that new inventor, like try something new, do this. And it's like, man, we don't have to do that. Like just put
yeah,
your ego aside, do the boring work and do the thing that's working for other people as well. You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
totally. I think that's all the time we have for today. As always, we really appreciate every single one of you guys
100%.
listening. Um, if you guys want to see what it might look like to finally take that risk and work with some real baller shot callers like Jimmy and I, we'd be more than happy to have sit down and have a conversation, see if you're in a place where this is viable and you can buy back your time. If you guys have any thoughts in terms of anything we spoke about here today, leave it down in the comments below. We're always happy to hear from you guys. Other than that, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next.
Let's go. Cheers.